Okay, so we are back. We're going to do part two, just this last problem, and then we're all set. So we have a word problem here. A ship in a gulf is 16 miles from one lighthouse and 28 miles from another. Find the distance between the lighthouse if the measure of the angle between them by the ship is 120. All right, so we've got this. Drawing a picture will help. We've got this little ship. There's my nice little picture. It is 16 miles from one lighthouse, so 16 miles to this lighthouse here, and then it is 28 miles to another lighthouse. So here's the other lighthouse, 28 miles. And it says find the distance between the lighthouses, so between this lighthouse and this lighthouse. We're trying to find out what that is. And it says if the measure of the angle between them, so by the ship, is 120. So this angle here is 120 degrees. So this is our setup. Now, once you have it kind of drawn out, if you want to give it some A's, B's, and C's so that you can kind of, follow the formula, you can do that. So we've got, I'm gonna do this A, this is B, and this is C. You can kind of put them wherever you want. So across from angle A is side A, across from angle C is side C, and then the side we're trying to find is B, actually. And so we're trying to find side B. We don't know an angle and a side across from it, so that's our clue that we're going to be doing law of cosines. Since we're trying to find side B, we're going to, going back to the front real quick, finding side B is this first formula that we wrote down here. We got b squared equals, etc. Because that's the only formula that has side b by itself. So that's the formula we're going to use. So let's plug it in. We've got b squared, which we don't know, b squared, equals a squared, so 28 squared, plus c squared, 16 squared, minus 2 times the same two numbers, so a, 28, and c, 16, cosine of the angle, which is 120, angle B. So we've got this, and this is going to be kind of like the first problem. Nope, it's actually going to be like, nope, yeah, it's like the first problem. What we can do is notice that we have an actual number with the cosine. It's not like the one above it where we had like cosine of A. When we did the one above it, I said we could only combine these two numbers together, and then we could combine like these numbers together, but once we had these two, we couldn't combine them because one had a cosine and one didn't. Well, with this problem, we have an actual number with the cosine. So we can type this whole thing into our calculator. All right, the only time you can't is if you have like cosine of A or B or whatever. So this we can type in all at once on our calculator. And so that makes it kind of nice. It's a little bit easier than the one above. So we're going to type this all in. We've got 28 squared plus 16 squared minus 2 times 28 times 16 times the cosine of 120. So you type that whole thing in and you get actually a really nice number. Usually it's a decimal. 1488. So b squared equals 1488. And once you have that, you just got to get rid of the squared. So to get rid of the squared, you square root it. So you can just do second square root. I'm just going to do second answer because I don't want to type it out. I'm being lazy. Second answer, and you get 38.57, so that rounds to 38.6. So B is 38.6, and then don't forget units, we're talking about miles. So they are 38.6 miles apart. Okay, so that is the main idea. Your homework tonight is the last two problems in your packet, 134 and 135. Now 134, I did change it. If you look on the board where I list where all the homework is, you'll see what the new numbers are supposed to be. I apologize, it's not very big, but hopefully you can take a glance over there. So 134, the numbers are changing because it created the ambiguous case. I don't have with me what the actual numbers are that I changed it to, so I cannot update the answer key. So the answer key has the problem kind of crossed off. You'll have to try it on your own, and then tomorrow I'll tell you what the correct answer is. 135, that's on the answer key, and that's correct. It's just 134 that got changed. So good luck. I hope it's all good, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.